I'd just like to start this presentation off by saying welcome, or as you might hear near Victoria, Kansas, Herzliche Willkommen. The reason for the German welcome greeting would just be because in and near and around Victoria, you might still hear a little bit of Volga German being spoken. The area was founded by the Volga Germans and still is very thick and rich with that heritage. So, welcome to this little demo, and let's get started. If you're driving along I-70, it's hard to miss these twin towers. Victoria is home to the Basilica of the Plains. It's also known as the Cathedral of the Plains. It is certainly a prideful monument for the city, and the Basilica of the Plains is actually proudly listed as one of the 8 wonders of Kansas. So it's something the townspeople and area people are very proud of. Victoria lies halfway between Kansas City and Denver, and again, it's Volga German in heritage. It lies just 10 miles east of Hayes. This actual statue in the illustration is just catty corner from the church. It's a limestone statue done by Pete Felton. He's an area sculptor, and it's just a really raw, cool depiction of the Volga German settlers from way back when. Victoria is also home to USD 432, which the two are a symbiotic relationship. Victoria is the proud home of the Victoria Knights, and USD 432 is an integral part of the community itself. The population of the town is just a little over 1,300, and the classification of Victoria as a school district is a 1A classification. Median age, as you see on the stat, is about 35 and about equal male-female ratio. About 64% of that percentage of the population is married, and obviously English is the primary language spoken. What you might hear of Victoria would be a rich tradition of football history. Victoria is very proud of its sports teams. I actually was first a coach in the district, but am now proudly the art teacher. We also do, obviously, pride ourselves on the academic end of things and how much we can offer our students, especially being that we are a smaller school. The elementary enrollment, the elementary school is pictured at the top. Again, those beautiful twin towers in the background. About 148 this year, and our junior senior high enrollment's about 134, and that's pictured on the bottom. The high school is where these stats speak from. There's about 15 teachers at the high school, representing about a 9-to-1 teacher or student-teacher ratio, rather. You can see with the free and reduced lunch stats that that represents just not quite a third of the population in and of itself in the school. Most students do go on to finish and graduate. Victoria, 93.8% of our students, as the latest stats here show. About 2/3 of those do go on to some sort of college, and about a third of those seem to complete with some sort of bachelor's degree. The breakdown for ethnicity, as you can see in the stat here, 94.8% white. We do have a few multiracial students, along with a handful of Hispanic or Latino. So primarily a white population out here in this small western Kansas town. Another stat here that would show the proficiencies in math and languages between the 15 to 19% range for math and 35 to 39 on languages. You can say, what do we have to offer? What's our mission? I do believe as an instructor, especially now that Even though our ethnicity maybe isn't diverse, we do respond to the needs of students in different ways. We're all taught to teach differentially. And I believe Victoria, because we're small, we can do those things, and we understand our kids, knowing them better because it is small. We can serve them well, just understanding that each student does learn in a different process. So you could go on down and read all the things that are in a mission statement here. And I think the one that sticks out the most to me is that we do see learning as a lifelong process. I know myself, coming from the industry and now going into teaching, I do try and teach my students about how these things relate to the real world, and it's super important and super effective just to make them good citizens. So, what sets us apart? That was a written mission statement. I actually like this slide a little better. For students to have some sense of achievement, there's so many other factors involved, and I just truly believe the heart of what makes Victoria a great place to be is that that small size allows us to really form relationships and make connections with our kids. Um, I believe we have a strong sense of teamwork and school spirit, and those things just resonate with the kids. The kids get involved, and often I don't think they're scared to do so because, again, we have that advantage of being a smaller school. So I'd like to close this just by thanking individuals at my school that helped with some statistics, as well as all the great um, stats and clip art and photography from the city of Victoria. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed a look at USD 432 Victoria.